Hello. Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Welcome to my stream. Hello, hello. So, it's finally Valentine's Day. Hello. How's it going? I personally am feeling very happy today because today is finally the day where I completed my first project. It's going good for you as well? That's good to hear. So for me, I'm feeling good because I've been working on those little shorts this whole time, and that is actually part of a little mini series that I had created that I call Ami's 14 Days of Valentine. So obviously, that means Valentine's Day is the last and final day for those shorts. It was fun, but it was also very exhausting. So the backstory for this is that near the end of January, I was just, minding my own business. Yandere series? No way, no way. I swear that was not the intention. That was not, it just so happens, coincidentally, it kind of feels yandere. But the inspiration was really that I was thinking, you know, I want to make something. And then I thought, okay, I can make something that could be about uh certain thoughts, certain thoughts that you can have. Oh, thanks. So it's basically about certain thoughts you can have. So that's why the first one's called intrusive thoughts. And yeah, there's some deeper meaning to it. If you look into it and watch through the whole thing, I think the beginning and the end tell you basically kind of what it's really about. But yeah, I thought of that and then I looked at the calendar and I thought, wow, it's such a great idea. It would be so cool if I did it. And then I realized there was only 2 days until February. So I ended up scrambling every day, trying to come up with a good script, writing a script, editing the script, voicing the script, learning how to video edit for the first time, and then posting it up for the first time. That was more intense than it needed to be. So for my next few projects, I'll probably be putting a little bit more planning into my work. The transition between the two outfits reminded you of Pocket Date, where Akiri glitched into a creepy self for a moment? Ah, yeah, so it's kind of like I was trying to overlay the two of them, and I didn't really learn I had other thoughts on how I could do that, but because I was strapped on time, that was the best I could come up with. I'm sure other content creators would be like, oh, I'm gonna commission some art. I'm gonna draw like the coolest, cutest, sexiest, most handsome drawings ever. But then for me, it's like, the best I could do is like stick drawings. So, so this is the best I got. I think it still worked out okay. I'm pretty happy about it. It was good. Thanks. Thanks for always cheering me on. It's nice to hear that at least some people think it's good. I don't think the algorithm likes it very much, but that's okay because I have other plans that will fit the algorithm better. But this one was more like a personal, passionate project that I wanted to do. Now, for today, though, I had a slightly special game I wanted to play. If you could tell from the title, it's going to be related to KFC. So, how many years ago was it? Let's see. That game came. There was a KFC dating sim game that came out. When was it? 2019. 2019. So that's like 6 years ago now. Jeez. It's a long time. But the fate I have with this game is it never really ran on my machine correctly, so I always ended up not being able to play. So I haven't been able to play it at all until this year. And then this year I thought, it's Valentine's Day. I need Valentine's games to fit the theme. And I really wanted to play this one. I didn't watch anyone's playthrough, so I wanted to save it for myself so that I can feel the first time excitement from it. You've seen parts of it as well? I think this one's gonna be pretty nice. I think it's gonna be like, I'm expecting it to be a little bit memey and definitely over the top. So it's gonna be very interesting to see. So, without further ado, I haven't actually started up the game yet because I've tested it, but when you start up the game, there's actually a little anime opening, and I wanted to enjoy that one together with everyone. So, let's see, set it to game mode, start the game. Oh, actually, while I do that, gotta change the thing. Okay. Perfect. I still find it so wild that KFC actually got someone to actually make a dating sim game. Like, thinking back, there was the not at the exact, I think it was on the same year because I was watching Film Theory and basically all of MatPat's videos on it, and it's so wild that they created a dating sim all anime style, and then they also had like a little mini 15-minute live action movie talking about Colonel Sanders' kind of origin and love story. Like, it's so wild because one's like a what do you call that? Like a soap opera drama or something. Yeah, it's something you would not expect. It's like literally, I can only think of the Colonel just like one day waking up, just like half asleep and going,
You know, it'd be great if I had a dating sim game. Just make me a hunk. And then maybe make a live action of me, also played by a hunk.
like, that must be the. There's no other explanation. I don't understand. But it does mean that we have interesting content to consume. So let's see. New game. So I guess it's more like a traditional dating sim game. So the protagonist is yourself. They don't have a set name for it. If someone said they were making a game about KFC, you wouldn't believe it. Yeah. Oh, there was also the chicken bucket computer. That was also completely random. Mm-mm. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. Oh, looks like this character likes tennis, so they're a bit of a sports person. They got those shoes. Uh, they got this picture of a rooster. Interesting. They got, I guess this is supposed to be like, what is it, like BTS or something? They got a single monitor. Interesting, interesting. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now, now, now! Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack the clock, up and at 'em. Throw the clock out the window and stay in. I mean, they give me the choice, might as well. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. No! The rooster is always watching over them? Yeah. Game over already. You might not be cut out for this. I give up. Let's try again. So far, this game is exactly what I expect. Right off the bat, it gave me the option to not do the game and basically lose right off the first choice. Nice. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you could wake up. Now, now, now! Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What would you cook? What would you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this seriously. I better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. I used to be like that too, where I would be like dreaming about what are the nice things that will happen in the new school year. New class, new faces, new teachers. It's gonna be so exciting, it's gonna be so awesome. And then it's just a normal year. Things aren't like an anime. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Wait, is this those biscuits from KFC? Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the KFC game. You gotta inject all the marketing into it. Every menu item has to be here. Here comes your lifelong best friend, Miriam. Okay. She's the most adorably awkward person you ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Ami. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together, you rescued me from that quicksand box. Huh? It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. Quicksand box? Excuse me? What kind of playground were they playing in? The only thing I had in my little playground back in elementary school was like cat pee. Like just random spots where they're like, don't dig there. That a cat probably peed there. And then it's like, oh, I see. We didn't have anything exciting like quicksand. I wanted to get swallowed up by sand. But with University of Cooking School and Academy for Learning, famous 3-day only semesters? Huh? 3-day only semesters? I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. What the heck? 3-day only semesters? You had wood chips on the ground and that was it? Yeah, they're like playgrounds are never like in TV shows or books. Not very exciting, very mundane, very boring. Much sad. But this academy is insane. I thought it was supposed to say 3-day seminars, but it says 3-day semesters. So they have their entire semester in 3 days. That's nuts. A sweet girl, Miriam, has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. That is not relatable. 1, why does she have a mannequin? And 2, how hard was she ramming her face into the mannequin? Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Let's talk about some gossip. Gossip's nice, isn't it? It's hard to see Miriam like this, and frankly, quite exhausting. Rather than dwelling on her anxiety, you try to change the subject to something more interesting. All summer, you've been hearing rumors about a dreamy, enigmatic, mysterious student who enrolled at this school. Yeah, that's a little worrisome, but you'll be fine. Now, what about this mysterious student we read about on the school message board? Any new deets? Oh, get this! I heard his name is Harland, and he's no ordinary student. They say he has powers. He's had them ever since he was born. From an egg. Huh? An egg? Like a chicken? Don't be ridiculous. But the thing about having powers, it would line up with some of the other rumors I've heard. Like, I heard he once fought a bear with just a smile. You both sigh, thinking about a student so handsome that the laws of physics don't dare to apply to him. Dreamy. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands onto the ground. Hey! I can't pronounce this name. Chalet? Like Ashley, but fancier? It's Aishalay, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Hello, Ashley? The Battle of the Aegis Chicken versus Colonel Sanders? Isn't that every day? That's why we have fried chicken. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Ami's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact it's actually Ashley, but she just had to add those extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone else. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. I'm not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van Van the Man, has already stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van Van?
You rang?
Huh. Ah. I guess I see it. So is this character supposed to be a reference to JoJo? Is this supposed to be... Who is this supposed to be? I guess this is supposed to be, Josuke? Is this supposed to be a reference to Josuke with Josuke's hair? And then he has a star because they're Joestars? You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but for as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. Reminds you of Johnny Bravo? Ah, that's also a possibility, yeah. Because Johnny Bravo has the leather... Does he have a leather jacket? I think he has a jacket. But he has the hairstyle, and he has the comb, and he has exactly this pose. I think that makes more sense. I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas already.
Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs can learn a lot from us.
With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell those two off. So you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pressing hard against the window directly next to us. What was that sound effect? What the heck? Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. His soul is coming out. His soul is coming out of his mouth. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name's Pop. I was named after my Pop-Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside... He's reading it upside down? Wait. That's hilarious. Hi, Pop. I'm Ami. So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. With that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me? Or is he kinda cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. So what do we have here? We have like a little board on the left. I can't read any of that. There's like a little graph. There's 3 graphs. Is this like KFC's revenue projections or something? X equals dx divided by a times x s something. I can't remember what that symbol means. Something, something, and then I can't read the rest. Then there's a bucket of chicken, a triangle, sums of stuff. The top part looks like it says Ben. Pi, 3.141592659 something something afterwards. Is the math for the perfect fried chicken? It might be, it might be.
As you can see, from the formula up on the board, take the a, square it, multiply the 2, divide it by the x, and then you get, the perfect fried chicken.
I guess you'd also have to put Pythagorean theorem in there somewhere. A scruffy looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable.
Now, quiet down, everyone.
Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? He must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. University of Cooking School something something learning.
Please, call me Professor Dog. I may be cute, and little, and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof.
Oh, what? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Somebody close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him, it's...
If it isn't my favorite student, Harland.
Colonel Sanders interrupts Sparkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he could finish the sentence.
Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders.
A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here is Sweaty Sweet-a-Lots.
Maybe we should open the window back up before Fawcett Pitts melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely.
You two both know my name. You're in the same kindergarten class. And what is it with all your really weird insults? You take a moment to clean yourself up. Okay. It's a good thing you didn't forget about the deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules.
Welcome to Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena.
Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech.
Hi, sorry guys. I'm late. I hope everyone's had a good summer. I really Quiet. Late to class is bad enough. By interrupting my monologue, you're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in the school. He was my teacher.
Everyone stares at him blankly.
Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town in his tiny wheels.
You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referring to, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Oh, what the? He looks like what do you call that? The thing you use to fry things? The frying machine, the little oven for frying, I don't know what it's called. It's sad that the background characters are always forgotten. I mean, right now we got Bob, we got Bob or Pop, whoever you want to call him. Then we got the 2 rivals. Then we got this guy, Clank. Then we got the other... Actually, I've already forgotten the other guy's name. Oops. What was that guy's name again? It's his 3rd year, I swear I didn't forget his name. Oh well. The class bursts into laughter.
Oh, Clank, you rascal.
You'll call Pop popcorn? little popcorn. Spinkle. Am I reading his name wrong? Sprinkles. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, He lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff.
Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself.
You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Well, obviously it has to be a chicken snack, right? This is KFC. But I'm more concerned that why do I have beef snack, chicken snack, and a rubber ball in my pocket? Huh. You reach beneath your apron and return with the chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite.
Well. I think there might be some competition for new star student.
The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Isn't well known for his memory? Well, actually, what do they ever? Is there a saying about a dog's memory? I know it's like what was it again? People say pigeon-brained, but what about dogs? Does anyone say anything about dogs being good at remembering or bad at remembering? Huh. Don't feel like there's any saying for it. Maybe it's just because the professor's old? Because, you know, dogs have a different type of lifespan than us. So if they're like 10 years old, they're pretty old, right? So maybe this is the same in this case for the dog. So he's much older than he looks. Becoming a little seniorly. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they want to succeed in life, they should learn the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Your dog only knows their name and food? I mean, isn't that like everyone? Like, we all know our names, and like, we're mostly thinking about food. I'm thinking about KFC right now.
Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation.
As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey, Ami, there's still a seat here.
It seems that no one has claimed a seat next to me. If you're interested.
2 good options, but which will you choose? Well, it's a dating sim game about Colonel Sanders, so let's go with that. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. That's a lie. He has a pen in his pocket on his left arm, right there. Thanks for offering the seat.
I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can, and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something.
The main character always betrays their best friend. Oh no, that's so sad. And I'm also one of them. That's so inspiring. A little off topic, if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settle into your seat, the professor makes an announcement.
Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking?
Meh, depends. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop, doesn't matter at all. Well, let's be very neat freak, so extremely. That's right.
Forest is to tree, as chicken is to...
Forest is to treat. Huh? Feather? Night vision goggles? A slam dunk? Huh? Oh, well, I guess feather. That's right.
What is the most effective eating utensil ever created?
What? A comically oversized fork? A meat tenderizer? A spork? I would like to argue chopsticks. You can use chopsticks for anything. You can use them to stab things. You can force things apart so it's like a very blunt knife. You can use it like a toothpick, sort of. You can use it like a skewer. You can kind of connect it together and kind of use it as almost like a tiny little inefficient spoon. It's so good at doing so many things slightly well. I think that's better, but I guess they want spork.
That's...
That's right.
What food is best for a broken heart?
Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat? A pancake that looks like a silly face? Well, let's try the first one. That's right.
Is Sparkles a good boy?
No. Yes. He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. Yes. That's right.
Your
total score is perfect. 5 out of 5. Hello. Hey. Thanks for joining. How's it going? It's going good? Just playing the KSC dating sim game. I have not had a chance to play it in the 6 years it's been released, so I'm really excited to play today. Are you doing well yourself? Wow, be honest. Did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. You just want to drop in? Glad I'm doing well. Aw, thanks for checking up on me. I hope you're doing well as well.
I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain.
What? Diggity, Ami, you just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance.
May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch!
Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. What is this? The Stewart Cafeteria, established in 20 15. Interesting. Interesting. You know, I've never understood cafeterias. They're like, this feels very restrictive. There's only like a couple aisles, and these tables are like all connected. I feel like most people would be sitting in a way that's like getting in your way. So you realistically have seats that are just never occupied by anyone. And then like half the cafeteria is just empty because of that. And then everyone goes outside to eat. So inefficient. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. You smell that? It must be our lunch. It smells crazy good.
Everyone, can I have your attention?
Is it about lunch?
No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was...
Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement.
Hey, I was...
It's about lunch.
Everyone cheers.
But I...
Shh. Lunch. You said shh.
In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch.
That must be the smell I smelled.
Indeed, that smell.
You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true?
Is this?
Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. It's so sad they always get cut off before they finish speaking. The teacher cut him off. The teacher doesn't remember him. Colonel Sanders and everyone else is cutting him off. Oh, so sad. Held high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crisp, golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept! Yeah, I personally never seen this before. Wow. You know, putting chicken in buckets? I've only ever seen my chicken served in boxes. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating.
For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs, spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors.
You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling down notes as fast as they can. It's such a brilliant idea, I know, right? It's so revolutionary.
But that's all I'll say about that. What? You think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just, drafting a last will and testament. In case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him.
This expression and this guy's personality reminds me a lot of Joseph Joestar. You know, being kind of like very show-offy, but then not actually having any actual skills to show it to like to like be meaningful. So he's like, ah, I suck, but you know, I'm just, you know, preparing. That's all. He totally looks like a JoJo character. Yeah, so I was saying he looked like uh Josuke. I was saying he looked like Josuke because of the hair and the outfit. But then it's he also looks like what was the guy's name again? Oh, Johnny Bravo. He looks like Johnny Bravo as well. But then his personality seems more like Joseph Joestar when he was younger. But definitely has a little bit of JoJo in it. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what singer Ashaley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, I was like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like that. She wants him all to herself.
Oh, please.
Well, Van the Man, if you don't want any.
I'll take his.
Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it.
He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. What a combination. Yeah, I know, right? But you see his expression right here? This is totally something Joseph Joestar would be like. He would be like,
It's not even that good. It tastes great.
Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in.
you take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate. Savor the moment. And everything that tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart, swim towards the light. Let's savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. He's entering Super Saiyan. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, and heavenly. What a guy! Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? Are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second?
Anything for a fellow chef.
What exactly was on that chicken?
How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal.
Wait, he just pulls out this cane out of nowhere? And it has a little rooster on the top? It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I got some of my own that I've been willing to trade.
What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other.
So this 3-day semester thing is real? Oh my gosh. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun?
You've got Mox.
Moxie?
You've got Moxie. I'll give you that.
Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers.
Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use... It's something my great-grandmother taught me.
Where was he hiding the giant staff cane? I don't think we want to know. You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in the huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to go look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad.
Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated.
What does he mean by sometimes? He's only just enrolled in the school this year, today. It sounds like you have big plans.
I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that.
Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Let's see, how should we show him how great of a person we are? Nag him to show your own strength? Wow him with a big idea? Add an additional ingredient to really spice things up? Be modest, but thoughtful. The middle option is really weird, so we're gonna just ruin the KFC recipe. Let's just be normal. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex, but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery. It was perfect.
I appreciate the compliment, Ami.
I'm sure you'll be a big success.
I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feelings about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon.
You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. All assigned to turn into Shokugeki. Is that what it's called again? Food Wars? Is that what it's called? Shokugeki? Shokugeki? Yes. Shokugeki no Soma. It's time to battle it out. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Oh, wait a second. Oh no! We have to show our stuff! What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything. Except maybe kisses to the crowds of fans you're gonna earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations.
Well, students, to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off.
Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but you're unable to control yourself. You pounce on Colonel Sanders. Oh no, poor childhood friend. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two? That is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Maybe... wanna be my partner?
Sure, Ami. I'll prepare our station.
Without you as the partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep, 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 beep. Oh my, two potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. A friend's duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I think she likes Pop, but I don't know. Let's go with Pop. Sorry, Clank, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Aww, Whirl. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Miriam. I'm a chef. He holds up a banana and without peeling it, proudly eats the whole thing. It is disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you like, really? This kid? But it's too late to change your choice. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork.
Alright, you two. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea.
I mean, she did say he was cute, but he is a little kinda off-putting with the stains on his shirt and then like eating a whole banana and reading his name upside down. He's a little of an oddball. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare, octopus, grandma's mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, I know what the answer is. The answer is mashed potatoes and gravy because that's the only thing you can get at KFC. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we can make something warm, inviting, and comforting. Maybe mashed potato...
And gravy?
I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes.
No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine.
It looks looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does anyone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Colonel's heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man.
Did someone call for me?
What's with his background music? Ugh. No, jeez. Van, while I'm over here crushing Ami's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of her classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends.
Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now?
No, actually, it looked like Ami was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring.
I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might get up to my level. Doubt it.
Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But, Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel Sanders if you don't watch out. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders' hunk of hunks. Turn to Miriam. Let's ask the hunk of hunks. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right?
A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Ami as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Ami's natural talent or their loyalty.
Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn, those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed and boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere.
I know just what to do.
Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautifully white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Oh! Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand, holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still.
If you love something, set it free.
Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping spoonful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting something against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling this forkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something.
Spooning up.
Spooning up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slings away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity?
Hold on right there, Ami. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands.
Can I hash potato space? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Wait, he's serving it on an axe?
Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will be the first bite, and you will all look on with envy.
The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate.
No, don't. Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. May have turned in the process. The results could be toxic.
Too late. It has already been eaten.
I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good.
Oh wait, now that I think about it, that guy doesn't have a name. It killed him.
Everyone step back. Don't take another bite.
When you look back to the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for a moment, then is immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class is gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock is frozen the whole crowd. They are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It appears that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite the obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. We'll always forget that background character, he doesn't even have a name. His name card is just student.
I'm not sure the professors here make enough money.
Ghost of student?
Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here.
Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on.
You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad neon glow and speaks softly.
Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on,
Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them.
they were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about making food to begin with.
Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders?
Yes, Ami?
There's something I need to tell you.
Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first.
Oh, jeez.
You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And ever since then, I've been working towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights.
We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star.
Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story.
Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy?
You can't prove it.
I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name?
Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Oh my... Give me a second. Not today. Okay. Okay. Before we were interrupted, where were we? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Aw, it's the forgotten student. Aw.
Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero.
Huh? What is going on? The Spork Monster's here to fight a hero. How should I say this one? Let's see.
The Spork Monster. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero.
I think I left the fridge open. Later, nerds.
How dare you threaten me? just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level.
Be afraid, very afraid, of me, because I'm a monster. See?
Is he rhyming on purpose? Or is that just a coincidence? It turned into a fever dream? I know, right? I mean, like, what is going on? Before you could discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack, defend. Attack! You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Huh. Should I keep attacking, I guess? Go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Cook with love.
Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster won't forget this. Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating.
How do you respond? I guess I'll attack or defend. Ooh. Maybe I'll defend?
You decide to defend. Which defense will you use?
Trepidation? What does that mean? You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This isn't happening, this isn't happening."
Spork Monster got quieter, buffing up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. They use UT Tensile. UT Tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. You decide to go on the attack.
Cook with love.
Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder
who's gonna clean this up.
Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack, Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here.
Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens.
Pot pie power pinch.
Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated.
You saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Spare this wretched beast? Forget mercy, finish him? Let's spare him. You managed to tempt down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize he's still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow.
I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said.
The Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. Wow, what is this? It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. What's the name of the book gonna be? Is it gonna be like, let's see. Is it gonna be Cluckonomicon? Cluckonomicon. Cluckonomicon. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have the last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you calm down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. It's finger licking good? Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you're tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Oh, what the heck is going on? You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories? Premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the sport master, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him I like. I like him. Like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Wait, what? You hope the sport monster and the forgotten student team up? That would be wild. Not outside of the realm of this game, because it's been a fever dream so far. Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wore the same hats just because he put on a hat at that one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it's best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. You sure did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam's cheeks checks to make sure that you're alone before continuing. So, this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in a botanical garden where I was wandering. This isn't good. He told me about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said that it was a powder created from a super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase and then I brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I've ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Wait. She's not talking about the white powdery stuff, is she? Whatever. Anyway, we both share an interest in cooking, so we're staying in touch. You know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it would be much use to anyone. Please, please, please. It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. Well, I am so sorry, best friend. I'm gonna make up a lie. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was... Eye of Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt. Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she moves on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you could ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossoms fill the air. What the heck? It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without even acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse stance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. He's like a prince on a white horse. Or he could be like, he's like the guy from the Old Spice commercial.
I'm on horse.
You're struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently.
Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home.
It's a fever dream one after another, I know, right? I love it. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. Oh, what a horseful beauty you have. I mean, what a horseful beauty you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Ami just gets really nervous around people she likes. What? This is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see that your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipe bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming.
Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this.
Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You can hear Van Van muttering something that sounds like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping, and you try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh? And you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules?
I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you.
Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panic.
It doesn't hurt to use a little evil.
This guy's JoJo posing. You finally get a look at what it was that they were hiding and instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with Spork Monster. It's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. This guy's like, what's that guy's name from The Simpsons? What's the guy, the little kid who's always in that meme that's like, I'm in danger. That one? He reminds me of that character. Before you dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class.
Beep beep.
Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls over Van Van's meaty foot.
Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts.
You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything.
Bzz, bzz, home.
Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer.
Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Beep, beep, beep.
Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? You think it was Ralph? Maybe that was the character's name? Might have to look it up later. It's been a long time since I watched The Simpsons.
Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on.
Maybe I could help you with your business plan.
Just that.
Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of today's class. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog.
Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny little legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn.
Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of class.
Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken.
You need to pay attention to class. Truly, you do.
Which is why 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name.
But you couldn't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you missed most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you.
Well, Ami?
Naturally, it appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A dog biscuit? A glass of water? A simmering pepper? I guess a dog biscuit? Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary talents, perhaps? You reach out for it when Sprinkle jumps up and bites into your cooking apron.
What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit?
Your apron is in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. Is it the end? I never even got to taste it. You fade into darkness, but something is there. The Spork monster? Borko? What are you doing here?
It's not It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten.
You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You wouldn't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Ah, I got a second chance. Oh, that's kind of cool. A simmering pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. Stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body's not prepared for the heat. Uh-oh. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. You feel like forever as you trip through the universe.
My friend. Oh.
This guy? Again?
I'm here to give you an important message. Oh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is. I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is.
Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat.
It's fine. I'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy. You must.
You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness.
Aw, man.
He's cut off again. You come to and everyone is staring at you.
That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever.
You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday? Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And your arrivals enter to make a dramatic announcement.
Today's lunch will be prepared.
Via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, huh? Count me in. If I had to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down, then so be it.
I'm not the fool. You're the fool, fool.
Good day, Van Van. I like your grumption, Ami. I'll be watching your performance.
Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness.
Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court.
Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief.
At least, not until we turn on the timer.
Just then, a huge light blasts in your face, flashing the words,
Timer ready.
That's what I'm talking about.
Aru? I stand corrected.
The hard way builds the hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that can't be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory.
Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my time to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken and made mashed potatoes and gravy on day 1, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. That's right. But how would you have even gotten to school without knowing that? You wonder who will die this round? Oh no.
Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you.
You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. There are 11 herbs and spices. Right, you might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction.
Tail wagging intensifies.
Now that you got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Vigilance, trust, gratitude? That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Where does it come from? Children of Orion. No! Uh-oh. It's a horrible time to be starting to forget important things. Next question. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. Sizzling? Oh no!
Don't make me get the spray bottle.
You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye.
I believe in you, Ami.
He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. All you could think of is Colonel Sanders. What were you thinking? Get your mind back into the competition. You're stranded on a desert island and with only one dessert cookbook. On a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right?
You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind.
Wait. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up the time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Eh? Yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch.
Whirl.
You might not have any hands, but Ami does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed.
There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by using the easy way.
When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious an error that was. You immediately shove your hand into... Oh no! You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Ami, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame.
What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. The battle is over.
No, the forgotten student didn't die a second time, but I seem to have grinded up my hand. Well, one hand only, I guess. Can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish.
Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on.
Too bad. In here, I'm with the completed dish, ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default.
No. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Ami's injury.
You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish.
But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared.
Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Ami to do the honors, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending your strong, steady hand. That must have been painful. Yeah, I've always hated, mixers, because that's the one thing I'm always afraid of. So I always mix things by hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden inside. Ah. Wait. Huh. Slice of a honeycomb? Can we eat honeycombs? Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese. Fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce.
Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley?
Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. Uh-oh.
This goatee isn't a fashion statement. It's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later.
Oh no. Oh, you can eat honeycombs? I never knew that. Oh no, I gotta try again. There was one time when I was a kid where there was this beehive built into the stairs of my cousin's house, and we stuffed snow into it, and some of the honeycombs came out. But now that I think about it, it would have been such a good chance to try it out. It looks so satisfying to take a bite out of the honeycomb. Huh. That would be interesting. I wonder if there will be any places that sell them. I guess I'll have to go to like a bee farm. Okay, so I guess we're at the place where... Tell them you're on. Okay. So now... 100 degrees. This time I'll win. Gratitude. Small town. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not gonna mess it. Bubbling. No, it's wrong. Next question. See Colonel Sanders. He's on a horse. Blowing kiss. Okay. Wedding vows. Oh no. Does that mean I still mess up? Am I destined to lose either way? Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means that people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy burned brows, you run for the quad to be alone. Oh no, my eyebrows. I have no eyebrows. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he wouldn't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly.
I know you're hurting right now.
Yeah, physically. I lost my hand to a mixing machine.
Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out.
Our eyes went on fire and burned our own eyebrows. This game is hilarious. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef.
Failure is part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before?
That's exactly what I think.
Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before me, enrolled in a culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome for sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician?
Obstetrician? What's an obstetrician? Obstetrician. Obstetrician is a doctor in care of pregnant women. Oh. Oh, that's the name you... That's what you call us doctors? One misfortune after another. I know, right? First, we had to, mix and have our arm completely smashed to bits in the mixer. Then we had to lose against our rival. Then we had to have our eyebrows burn off because our eyes lit on fire spontaneously. Such tragedy happens to the best of us.
I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight.
I didn't know.
People see my delicate ribbon and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been.
Sounds like this guy really needs a hug.
I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I had to give.
As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside him. A burning passion.
One has to remember that every failure can be turned into a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment
grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork monster. Orko?
It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you really don't want to see me anymore, but I just want to say that it was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like to always have to look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right?
Aw, thanks, Porco. I'm glad that there's no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant monster in the dark of night can really rile up a person. I also want to apologize for the way I switch right into battle mode.
I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see.
I don't believe it. You were human once?
No, I was a golden retriever. But I was still a student, until one day, some mean students with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed.
A magic spellbook.
Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who cheat them through sorcery and gully. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there.
It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Ami, together, I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss.
A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must look like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Okay, I'm gonna hedge my bets now that his place is gonna look exactly like KFC. Oh. And I'm immediately wrong. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders.
Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef.
Well, there's something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. You both own something related to a rooster? Yeah, he's got a rooster here. I got a poster of a rooster. Wait, is that a picture of Colonel Sanders as a baby holding a drumstick with a goatee and glasses? Colonel Sanders' eyes peek up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in headfirst. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. He didn't lie when he said he was born handsome. Yeah, what a devilish looking baby. A hunk in the making. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Oh man, now I'm so hungry.
Magnificent.
Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl.
Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment.
You can offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not?
Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment.
You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Wait, is that a comb on his coffee table? There's a comb on his coffee table. There's a little fire. Is that a safe by the door? Probably for his secret recipe. And then there's a picture of Old Man Sanders and some young guy, and it says Kentucky, and then Egypt. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. You wonder what we look like when we offer the coleslaw to him? I don't think we'll ever get to see what the main character looks like, because it's that type of game where the main protagonist is just unshown, unavailable, unrevealed, not revealed. Kentucky Fried Chicken. One of the frame photos shows an old man who looks like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They both hold chicken drumsticks and appears to be cheersing them. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who
My friend Pete.
is. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and the mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That? Or it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Frames a baby picture of just themselves. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they found, am I right? Oh, there's a door that opened. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon inspection, you notice that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, but is actually made of spun silver. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the scent. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69. Summer of 69? Nice. No, it's one of the secret ingredients. It's lavender, maybe? I wonder what it would be. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, Ghost pops up.
Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death?
Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you?
I could just tell you my name right now. It's...
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost is swept out with a breeze. No. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads,
The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky.
You take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says,
Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures.
the best. Oh! His business partner and best friend was shot. Is that a real thing? Oh man, I have to look it up now. Let's see. Colonel Sanders, Pete shot. Is this real? Wait, huh? KFC's Colonel Sanders once shot a business rival in a gunfight over a sign. Eh? Huh? What? Pete. Colonel Sanders and Pete's. Huh? Da. This guy, Colonel Sanders and Pete Harman. Okay. Interesting. So that photo is based on... That in-game photo is based on a real photo. And that Pete guy is real. This quote is funny. This is like a reference to SpongeBob, right? With Squidward. And it's like, here lies my hopes and dreams. Poor guy. That must be where he keeps the secret recipe. If you think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn it dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside, you find a single note.
Can chicken be prepared sashimi style?
Chicken sashimi? I think I heard that they actually serve that in Japan in a certain place, in a certain prefecture, and I think it doesn't taste very good. Raw chicken. Oh, you open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off the hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Our main character is a little bit of a perv. He's breathing in his scent. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to try it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you.
Oh, crap! The jacket! Decide that it's now the moment to make a big move. Tell him you're called. Let's fess up. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you.
I might be developing feelings for you too. But I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams.
Overwhelmed, you take the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel?
Yes, Ami?
I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful.
I think you're right. We should take things slow.
You talk late into the night and drift into a slumber. Dream sequence. Oh, there's the ghost. You wake to a beautiful morning at Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that will change the rest of your life. Think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, it isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how would they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He holds a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it.
Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up.
It's meticulous. I was thinking what KFC has for their breakfast menu, but I realized they don't usually open for breakfast. So it's just fried chicken and those biscuits with some butter. That looks so delicious though. Man, I'm hungry now. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting for you, waiting to ask you an important question.
So, would you say that we're the perfect match?
How presumptuous.
My cuisine and your taste buds, that is.
Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg. Flatter him. It looks so good. Yeah, I know. Oh man. I have butter in the fridge. And I think I have some pastries. Maybe I'll try something after the stream. You know, I think we make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window.
With the right business partner, I know I can't fail.
Business partner? Could he be talking to about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning awaits no one. You get home and find something very surprising. Your friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school. I went on a date. I think I could believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite slush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? As if there's a thing people just... As if that's a thing people just say? What is she even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her the whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from the whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, that's great. I'll order you up one right away.
I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
What, because I'm literally the biggest person in the school?
There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You got some nerve on me suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're just twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain.
Doesn't look like you could go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I will never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on.
Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Ami, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon.
I don't think so. I don't think my hand will ever recover. I think I'll be Doctor Strange of the cooking universe. Forever scarred. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard.
Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive.
What is he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce?
It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received.
That's a lot of words to say it was bland.
Excuse me, Ami. I am more than capable of speaking for myself.
Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as you walk to class, Colonel?
I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine foods. See you inside, Ami.
Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. Man looks like a Street Fighter character. Yeah, he does. He is literally everything mixed up together. He looks like a JoJo character, multiple JoJo characters. He looks like Johnny. He looks like a Street Fighter character. Oh, hey. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. I feel like I haven't seen you around for a while. I hope you're doing good. Right now I'm just playing the famous KFC dating sim. We're on day 3 of our 3-day semester of cooking. And so far, we've basically mashed up one of our hands in a mixer, and we're trying to you know, capture our love target, Colonel Sanders. Well, that's the book. It looks like bad news. I just found something lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I think there's one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings.
Cast only in case of extreme emergency.
It says around the edges of the page. I can use a spell here that it says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it will probably help me focus better on the upcoming exam. That's way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate time calls for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Oh no. I don't want to forget Colonel Sanders. What about all the great memories we had together? I don't want to do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for his students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement.
I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid of.
His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him a snack. Dogs can be rare, unpredictable. Wait to see what happens. Oh. Let's see. Let's go with the first. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from the last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide.
I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies me like ungraded homework. My, Ami, were you studying? Something with cinnamon?
I've been sitting on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful.
This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Ami, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable piece of wisdom. You see...
But before you can go on any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. And how can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink,
you go away again.
That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam? What happened between you and Pop?
I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me.
Didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by Gush House. Pop, we went on one date. We're over.
And it meant so much for me that I made this for you.
What the heck is this? Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his, creation behind and runs out of the room. It's a green slime with like the special type of Pocky sticks? Peanuts or something? Sprinkles, whipped cream, a boiled egg, peas? Wait, no, that's corn. There's corn and peas? What the heck is this creation? It looks cute in an ugly way. I know, right? Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school.
Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena.
But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam? Are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Your tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me, you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna settle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first person to show you a little interest somehow. Anyhow? Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a special soup, and I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it. While you're pep talking Miriam, you completely miss lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decide to head to the arena early to practice the dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Ami's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish come second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders.
Ami, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam.
Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you.
Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious.
You usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick with when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice. Lunch is the best part. It also cost me my hand. I know. Poor hand. Now the question is, was it the right or the left? Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing.
No, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards.
That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was pot pie from the smell?
Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust.
I'm so hungry. Whenever this game ends, my stream will end and I will go and have food. I swear, this game is making me way too hungry.
And my nose is telling me something else.
Oh no, is it burning?
No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out.
The moment of truth. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Dang it. I want to eat now. I'm so hungry.
Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day.
You want that? I know, right? Man, I don't have ingredients to make that tonight. Maybe I'll try making that tomorrow. That looks so good. There's no time left. The showdown's about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules.
There are no rules. That's it. Except to cook with everything you've got.
You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big by going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool, special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air.
Egg wasp.
Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend batter blaster! Van flexes pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Let's rock and roid.
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it.
5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique.
Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold.
We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct.
Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls them out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice that Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic for magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink across the room.
I believe in you, Ami.
Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Ami, ever since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? What if you're here cheering? Who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And what in the world? Where did she get the eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes.
It is I, Steve, the spork monster.
Steve? What happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kinda in the middle of something. Do you mind?
Steve.
Steve the Spork Monster notices that you got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh?
Haha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles into a pot of salted water? Can I use the spellbook to bring back my eyebrows? No, the spellbook is only used for, ending the world and doing crazy stuff like that. But can't bring back my eyebrows. Nothing can bring back my eyebrows. I'm just stuck. Just bare eyebrows. Sad. Very sad.
I love it. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country.
You can feel Sport Monster winding up to tell a very long, involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during the scare tactics school, and when I woke up.
You toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck!
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you can ever win. Just give up. Give up. Give up. You summon extra power from deep within yourself. You can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Huh? Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this.
Yes, Ami? You are the chosen one. You will avenge me.
The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspirational monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything.
Super Saiyan!
He's gonna go Super Saiyan. Except, turn back time, which would be super useful, because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, Ami, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support.
I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches.
He steps up to your station and stands right next to you.
I'm here to help.
Not gonna lose my hair to pop? I hope I don't lose anything more. Losing a hand, losing my eyebrows. Oh, if I lose my hair too. Jeez. All you managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What'll happen to you? What about the rules?
Following the rules have never really been my thing. I follow my heart.
But a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on.
And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts.
Are you suggesting?
If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students.
With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for.
You must now prepare to present your dishes.
A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete.
It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank?
From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only be coming from one student. I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from a broom closet over there.
Miriam, would you mind?
Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants.
Pop, get down from there right now.
Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad.
It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything.
I can't feel my legs. May I be excused?
Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL's history, but it's not necessarily yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank, where did that pressure cooker roll off to?
You wait to hear a signature whirl, beep, or other automatopoeia, but there's none.
Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester.
Wow, 3 whole days long.
But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish.
I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. Wow, that's so tiny. What the hell? It's got like little bits of noodles, little bits of Naruto, little onions, a little tiny teacup with a little tiny tea packet, tiny chopsticks. These chopsticks, if you told me were toothpicks, I believe you.
My word, it's so delicate. Is that a tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this tea-eatsy-beatsy bowl?
Yes, chef.
Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name.
Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the soup.
Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who don't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself.
And in a flash, the entire dish was devoured. Not that it would take much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup.
A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with such love poured into it as yours.
Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Ami, for helping me to believe in myself.
Van, you're next. Now, describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe.
Huh? Axe. Hewn?
Axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar.
On one hand, this looks delicious. on one hand, this doesn't look very safe.
Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin?
Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to splosh around. Woof, woof.
Please be gentle with my cuisine.
Hello. Is that a JoJo reference? Maybe, maybe. So this guy's name is Van Van the Man Man. And he kind of looks like he's Joseph Joestar, Josuke, and Johnny Bravo, and a Street Fighter character, all rolled up into one. How's it going, by the way?
Grr.
Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ew! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting.
I can't eat it. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would make it difficult to eat? Oh, you're just chilling? Oh, that's good. For me, actually, I have a long weekend. So you've had a lot of long weekends, so now it's my turn to have a long weekend. And it's also Valentine's Day, which marks the end of my first mini project. So, I'm doing great, needless to say. Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night.
Disqualified? For glamour?
Don't disqualify.
This isn't the last you've heard of me.
It's a big week for you in terms of schoolwork? Oh, I see. So like midterms are coming up, I guess, or something like that? Gotta be studying hard. But it's also good to take a break every so often. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk.
I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue.
A lot of projects you gotta turn in? Ah, there is that. It's been a while since I had school, so I completely forgot about them. Projects, midterms, exams, tests. There's never any end, is there? But you'll get there. Do your best.
Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now, describe your dish.
I made Orange Blossom Turkish Delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Wow, that is so intricate. What the heck?
That actually doesn't sound too bad.
Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempt to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food? At a cooking school? Go toast your eyes or something. Go toast your ears or something, Ami. I told you, it's a display piece.
Chalet, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school.
Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And I did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd be going to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you can smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disturb the sugar spiral. Why a dog though? This game, I guess you haven't played it either, but this game is KFC's dating sim, and it is a bit of a fever dream. So it isn't out of place to have a dog as their teacher.
You are disqualified.
Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled down by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either.
If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself.
You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. I mean, at this point, everyone is disqualified. The only person who wasn't was our best friend, and Colonel Sanders disqualified himself to help us.
2 chefs?
What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. That looks so good. Oh, I'm so hungry now. Any Polynesian representation? I don't know. Well, actually... Huh. Now that I think about it, there was one thing. When we were at Colonel Sanders' place, it was like, we don't actually know the setting of the story, but at Colonel Sanders' place there was mountains, there's a lake, and there's like nice nature. I'm not sure if it would be there specifically, because it does seem a little generic. So I don't know, but it could be. It could be. Is there any relation to KFC origins? Because there's a lot of things in here that obviously are about KFC, because duh, it's a KFC game. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays.
Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced.
It's just a joke that all Hollies eat KFC a lot. Are there multiple endings? I think there are multiple endings. But it's so far, I haven't gotten that far. The game basically takes place in the school, and the school has a 3-day semester program, which literally is 3 days and they're done school. And this 3rd day is, I assume, the end of the game. So after this, we probably reach the ending. But yeah, the game has a lot of choices, so I'm guessing there must be multiple endings to it. Oh, actually, there was even an option for us to use a spellbook to erase our memories about Colonel Sanders, so I'm sure that would have led to different outcomes.
You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass.
Wait, is this like a Oprah reference? You get a pass, you get a pass, you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete, everyone has graduated, and the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
DJ Dog is in the house. Ow!
You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? They have different outfits. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment, you actually believed them. Another haunting.
No ghosts allowed in graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws.
I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you guys to actually finally notice me.
Ah, amusing.
Now that everyone is together... It's the sport monster. He's totally mellowed out.
Everyone, the sport monster is no more. From now on, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster.
Students tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone's too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry. Party monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor in the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who would command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see, perched atop his dirty chef hat, a crown?
Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean.
Oh, now I get it. Yeah, even until now, the student's steps kept getting cut off. We still don't know his proper name. He's just called Student.
And we get a new wing in the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such.
Miriam, will you be my Lady King? What an incredible turn of events! An offer to join the royal family? Like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess, or maybe a queen? I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and crown. crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I got so much more to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny food to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance.
Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth.
Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing.
I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a far away planet in another dimension.
What? What? I actually felt like I knew it this whole time.
Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return.
A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives.
Howdy, classmates.
Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal.
I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man, but by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken.
The end. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Mr. Sanders' shoulders are disproportionate? What do you mean? He looks perfectly normal to me.
What are you doing, sitting all alone?
Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance.
I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person?
Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, a degree from the University of Cooking School and Academy for Learning, just to name a few.
It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me?
Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you.
And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Ami.
How sweet. We'll work together and play together.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks.
Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll need to do by myself.
But who will help you run your restaurants?
I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward?
Could it be found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I can enroll at a pastry school?
Oh, my dear Ami, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually, and along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end.
His shoulders are too small for the rest of his body, and his biceps and lats are too big for his delts. I think. Yeah, he is drawn a little strangely, but a lot of characters are. And here's the anime opening. I'm so hungry looking at all this. He scarfed a whole half a pack of gum. I don't have anything on my desk other than water and empty. Actually, I barely have any water left, and I have no coffee left either. I could so use anything that's a snack to chew on. I'm so hungry. But there we have it. The first playthrough. So that was pretty fun. That was interesting. It was pretty funny most of the way through. But it definitely looks like there's alternate endings. I think there's probably 3 endings, from what I would assume. Right now, it says that we earned his love, but didn't earn his respect as a chef. So there must be an ending where we both earn his love and his respect as a chef. There must be another ending where we earn his respect as a chef, but not his love. And then there must be another ending where we don't earn either of them and we just fail miserably at everything. It was a fever dream most of the time. I know. It's like, I bottle the rage inside me to the point where my rage is burning in my eyes. Oh, but that burning actually ended up burning my eyebrows. Or like, Colonel Sanders comes to school on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
There's so many random things going on. It's hilarious. But that was a fun game. This, I feel, was probably the most enjoyable Valentine's Day themed game I have ever played. It was pretty awesome. The only unfortunate part is the fact that it's nighttime and KFC is not open and I cannot have fried chicken. That is the only unfortunate part of all of this. This game has made me so hungry. Well, in any case, get Korean fried chicken. But for me, it's like it's 1:30 right now, and nothing really opens late. So the only thing I have that's open, I don't know how much this would dox me, but the only thing that is available would be McDonald's or Church's Chicken. Those are literally the only 2 places around where I live that is open 24/7. There's like literally nothing. So there are Korean fried chicken around, but not open at night. I think I'll go McDonald's and get myself like a Happy Meal or something. Chicken nuggets? Anywho, I think it's getting late, so I think I will end it there. I think I'll end it there. That was a wonderful game experience. Wild, very fun, very nice. I really liked that I saved this game up for those 6 years for this moment. Definitely worth the fun. But yeah, for now, have a good night. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys have a nice weekend. Hope you enjoy your weekend, whether it's your work that you have to go to or projects you have to work on. And make sure not to work yourself too hard though. And yeah, have a good night. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye bye. Good night.